السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I am Engineer Mubarak Jamil Al-Busairi. Well, I said earlier, I consider myself an expert in football. First nationally, then internationally. Well, I always believe or understand football is the most interesting game in this planet. Well, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Well, I'll just like to focus on the semi-match games took place yesterday at the Arab Cup, which really run by the FIFA in Doha, Qatar, 2021. Well, everybody knows this is preparation for 2022 World Cup. We expect this, inshallah, next year, the same month, December. When I look at the semi-final, well, I understand the 4 teams who really have reached the semi-final is a Qatar team, and then you have the Algeria team, and then the Egyptian and the Tunisian. There are 4 teams left on the tournament. Well, 2 more matches, one is for the 3rd and the 4th place, and the final match. God knows who will be, well, the winner. In a tournament like this, gentlemen, just as I am an expert in the game, really, people, believe me, people will only remember from this tournament, well, which is now, is people will know who won the tournament, who is the champion of this Arab Cup. Who knows? Possibly one of the two, possible Algeria or Tunisia. And people will know who's the winner, who's the championship. And people just will put that in record, and a couple of days, few days, even whoever won it, really, a couple of days, they'll celebrate, really, they'll enjoy themselves, they will have a good time, and they put themselves as in history. They won. They are champion once in this tournament, the Arab Cup tournament. But believe me, and I trust me, people would never forget every tackle, every tumble in the game, and that's really whether small or big, second or a whistle did really affect the game, affect results of any team. People would never forget this. If it's really, let's say, on the final match, things happen once or twice, and the match could really turn, and people ugly. Really, the match will be really. People will only remember that tackle and that tumble, and the referee took the wrong decision. And people remember that for the rest of their life. It will be a history, and the more it's really happened, the more it's erased. It's really, especially the final or the semi-final or quarter-final, especially during the stage where is the knockout. People will remember that tackle and that tumble and that penalty and that offside and that red card. That should have been a red card, should have been a yellow card. The VAR did not really took the right decision between the referee and the VAR. There's no communication. The referee decided just he will take he doesn't need an assistant from the VAR. Even it's come on these 4 categories. He said, no, I don't want, I've seen it. And it will be really talk of the century. It will be talk of forever. So, as I really say, we need here to be very careful. With the Arab tournament, I understand there are 4 teams left. Well, 2 teams has gone through. I'm trying here to talk about the semi-final match between the Qatar and the Algeria and Tunisia and the Egypt team. Well, it's clear. The tournament will never run forever. Tournaments have a date start and a date of finish. Imagine in a year time to come, on the 18th of December, God knows who will win the World Cup. That's fine. People will really have a good memory from Qatar, and they'll have a lot of documents really on the games and things has went through, and people would forget. People would try, start again for the next World Cup. So people will forget after, let's say, 3, 4, maximum 6 months. People would prepare for the next World Cup, but they will not remember the stadium. Yeah, they have some memory, but they will not remember. They will share. Individuals share his own experience on the stadium, on the country, on the tournament itself, the World Cup. He was there. He's seen here. He's seen that. He has experience, but the world will share. As I'm trying to say here, again, any tackle, any tumble, wrongdoing by the referee, people will share that around the world, and then, whatever really, how big is the stadium, how fantastic the stadium, the atmosphere, state of the art, the technology, but people we came to Doha to play football to win the World Cup. So people will share the ugly side of the game. People would share the ugly side of the game. All the world will share the ugly side of the game. But only there's one team will share between its nation. It's so with supporters as well around the world. Let's say if Brazil won or Germany won or Argentina won, they will share with them because they become World Cup champion in 2022. This is just give for example, but and then after 3 months, that's it. That will become a history. People will know this country has won the World Cup. But I repeat, people would share, around the world would share this, an ugly act by a referee, an ugly act by the referee, an ugly act by official, ugly act by the AVR, and this will remain forever. We remember so many mistakes in 1982. People say why the referee allowed Schumacher, I think he was a German goalkeeper, to stay on the field, why the French attacker player really is carried away and stretched. And that was really, the world has stunned why he was allowed to stay on the field. There's a lot of things happened. People would remember. With the VAR, it's made things more complicated for the referee. It's made things more complicated for the players. It made things more complicated for spectators. It makes things complicated for the press. It makes things more complicated for those who are reanalyzing the game in the stadium and trying to get the best, and trying to really to analyze the game. And they will step like half an hour. They talk about AVR mistake. They talk about the end of each studio. Now people would continue to talk about the AVR and the referee. I think it's getting quite complicated. It's not from my point of view as a spectator or anybody who's following the game. It's from the AVR team themselves and from the referee himself, and also with the group, the official group who are running the tournament, who are running the match. I don't think they're doing it properly yet. I don't think they're doing it properly. I hope they will able to rectify that as soon as possible. Otherwise, well, you can't have a game, a big match, a big tournament without proper, very professional referees, a group. You have now the VAR, sorry, and you have assistants on the line, and then you have the linesman, and then you have the referee himself. Well, let's go and analyze what's happened in this tournament. What's happened in this tournament on the sense of the AVR Act and the Referee Act. It's what I saw it is really because I've seen it, it just doesn't look good. It does not look good. I'll start from the end. Both matches at the semi-final is really deserve to go for extra time. Both match. The first match between the Tunisia and the Egyptian, this match should be has gone to an extra time. We've seen first half an extra time and second half. This match it deserved. The crowd deserved. The tournament deserved. The atmosphere is deserved. The tournament itself deserved. The size of the tournament it deserved for an extra time. I'm talking about still about the first match. I mean, the crowd deserved to watch an extra time. The crowd deserved to watch an extra time, not really with a tiny tumble and a tiny tackle. The referee will blow his whistle, and then, well, especially when you have. This is our start here to make it clear. We understand the spectators, the follower, the supporter. They understand people are watching at home, kids, you name it, big, well, and elderly people. They will watch. They love the game. They follow the tournament. They follow the war. This has become football, becoming a culture. Football becoming is. And a very, very interesting for people would watch it really from around everywhere, around the world. They understand there's a 90-minute really for the match. The match is for 90 minutes. They understand that. And before the 90-minute, people will say, well, there is possible. And we don't say extra time, the wasted time in that 90 minutes. Well, this is here to be very clear. We need to educate the world. It's just not good enough. A single man, he will, like a referee, really, he said, he has a right to do anything. That's wrong. The referee has no right to do anything because the referee himself, I find, he doesn't have that much knowledge. Knowledge is power, especially with the VAR now. I will explain to you what. So we need to tell the world, we need to tell all the world that we understand, the referee should understand, the VAR, the official, is 90 minutes. The game is only played for 90 minutes. And there's really interval between the first half and the second half. That is, should be played in 90 minutes. Well, let's say here, there's a lot of things happen during the game on this, the official 90 minutes, and then by just at the minute of 89, everybody will think, always, it's becoming now reality, there will be an extra time, they say. Well, an extra time is not actually an extra time. The time wasted has really used from this 90 minutes because the game should be a 90 minutes. That's fine. That we understand. And then, well, here is, if you have a very good referee, he has a full knowledge. He will control that 90 minutes. He will control that 90 minutes. And he will, well, that's very simple. Let's say, I don't want to go, this is 90 minutes. And then you have the wasted time. That's really by the official. Fine, everybody will know. Someone come up, say 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, that's fine. And then there's a different gentleman, FIFA, official, there's a different. We understand about football, there's a difference between a knockout stage and a group stage. A group stage, there's no extra time. If the game is ended up in draw, whatever, really, 0-0 or whatever, it's a draw game, there's no extra time. It's clear. This is during the group stage. But during the knockout stage, we understand. We've been following this game for really before the VAR came, before even this referee was born. That's it. And then for the knockout stage, there are extra time. If the game did not finish on the 90 minutes, we don't care about the extra time in between. We don't know that. But we know there's 30 minutes here, an extra time, 2 half, and then you have here also 90 minutes. In between, this is not our business. In between, this is only a bridge. This is only a link between you transfer and the referee. How you transfer? This you need a knowledge. This is you need a knowledge. Knowledge is power. You need experienced referee. You need a very clever. You need a very, very, let's say, official who has really predicted anything will happen during this period from the 90 minutes to the taking the game to the extra time. Sometimes the referee will be responsible to blow this game. And actually, he will not transfer the game from the official time 90. He gave in a few minutes, as I say, wasted time. In this period, the referee is really direct and the VAR responsible if they not really taking the game to the next stage. And that is what's really the weakness of the two matches I've seen here. The referee, well, they're not good. They are not qualified in this period. Maybe they're qualified here. Maybe they're 70%, 90%. But the both game, the referee was not properly, well, they're not prepared for themselves to take responsibility in the stage where they're able to transfer this game from, because a knockout really stage is at the let's say the official time 90 minutes, it was a draw. So now this is quite more difficult for the player, for us the world watching. I hope Infantino really will be able to see this video. This is the period, it's a very important period, because this is a bridge. This is a bridge, and you can have a long bridge or you can have a really short bridge to transfer the match between the original match, 90 minutes, and to the extra time. If you don't have also a weaker bridge, and you don't have a longer bridge, and you need a bridge which is VAR, and the referee should be really available, because this is a very sensitive period. This is the most dangerous period. We've seen it in the first match. I think the Iranian referee, he was, let's say he made less damage, but there are damage. He made a damage. That game deserves to go to the extra time. The first one between Tunisia and the Egyptian team. We need, the world have a right to see extra time. The world have, because this is when are we going to see the extra time? We have a right to see an extra time. This is a knockout stage. The crowd, they have a right to see an extra time. I mean, it's about 20 seconds. What does this mean? You added 20 seconds. You added 20 seconds for the extra time. Both teams were prepared for the extra time. We were prepared, mentally we were prepared for the extra time. That reason it says extra time. So the referee, he does not understand that the last stage of the game, the last 5 minutes, both games will have 50-50, they want to finish it, or they want both teams sometimes, they want to go to the extra time. If the referee doesn't care with them, he doesn't care with them, and he will be out of the game. He will come to wrong decision, because the referee, he leads the game. He would understand these two teams, they are prepared to go to the extra time. The crowd is prepared to go to extra time. Everybody is prepared to extra time, because let's say we want to improve the game. We want to improve the game, like the Arab tournament. We want to see how far these two teams can go in this tournament. How far? We need to see extra time. It's fine. It's Egypt against Tunisia. That's fine here, okay? But in December 2022, inshallah, Tunisia will play against, you don't know, maybe against Brazil, maybe against Germany, and they will go in extra time. So really we needed this tournament to give it to the limit, because we in Arab, we want to give, in order to compete with the world, we need to give ourselves to the limit. We don't spare 20 seconds just to, and then we should have no extra time. That was a big mistake. The Egyptian team, in my opinion, I want Egyptian team and Tunisian team not in this level. I want them to compete with rest of the world. That is why I'm an expert. I don't know, well, there are 4 teams, they want to win the cup. That's fine, but the way I looked, I want these 4 teams ready, prepared to compete with rest of the world, like the German, to compete with the Argentina, with the Uruguay, with the Brazil, with Mexico, with England, with Belgium, with Italy, with Holland, with France. This is how I look at it. It was opportunity for, but we didn't took it. To go for an extra time, we didn't took it. And I think the referee is, if I'm a referee, I should understand. I should really be fair. Both teams they done their best. Both teams, I read the game is gonna go for extra time. So I remember in 19, I think maybe 78. In 1978, it was a match between Brazil against Sweden. It was a corner. It was a corner in the first half. And I think it was a corner for Brazil. And well, they took the corner. And as the ball really is on its way really to the box from the corner flag, I think it was Zico. He just blasted home, and it was goal. And the referee said, no, it's not goal. Why? Because he said, why? I was looking at my watch, and the ball was really flying from the corner flag to the box before Zico hit it home with the header. I look at my watch and I said, well, the game is finished, and he's blowing his whistle. I said, and the Brazilian said, well, why you have to do just before we hit the ball? They said, well, I'm fair. See, look at the time. I think extra time is important for the semi-final. If you want to prove the Arab team, the way we play, we have to go to the limit. Understand? Well, it's every 4 teams, and they want to win. They want to reach. 2 teams want to reach the final, but I think it should be on the game between Tunisia and Egypt should be going to an extra time. I mean, we follow myself, I follow the standard of the game. I follow the standard of the game. And it was, well, I miss how far the Egyptian could go in extra time, how far the Tunisia could go in extra time. This is good for the tournament. I said it's good for people who would remember. People would remember this game is really end up in a draw and then went to extra time, rather than it's finished in the 4.5 seconds. 4.5 minutes from the added time. Yeah? But the added time was 3 minutes. And this 1.5 minutes, this is the goal came in. It's not fair. It's just not, these 1.5 minutes is not an official time. This 1.5 minutes, you end the game, you end the semi-final, it's not a official time. You should finish it on the minute 3, that's it. You give both teams chance to go to the extra time. If I were you, and I think in the benefit of the game, I'm talking about the referee, benefit of the interest of the game, the interest of the tournament, I don't know what the official would think. They were thinking they want to finish it very quick because it's getting late or what. I'm not sure. Or possible they are tired, or possible worried about. I'm not sure. That game should go into an extra time. Well, here again with Qatar against Algeria. Well, now people say Algeria is the best team in Arab world. Tunisia is the best team in Arab world. Yes? Are you sure? Are you 100% sure? Because they went to the final. It's a tournament we never played for a long time. And well, I understand everybody support his team, that's fine. But it's not, I don't think Algeria really so far is at its best. No, I don't think. And I don't see even Tunisia at its best. I don't see Egypt at its best. And also I don't see Qatar at its best. When I say at its best, this is a World Cup stadium. This is a World Cup stadium. This is the size of a World Cup really crowd. And it's nice to talk. They are there. They reach. They are becoming now international. They can no genuine no. I mean, you imagine Algeria will meet Germany next tournament, or Algeria, or let's say Moroccan will meet Brazil, or Egypt will meet, I don't know who, France. This is how I look at it. I look there. Well, you have a right to look, this is your team, but I look somewhere is very, very far away. So لست also المستوى الفني للمنتخبات لا يعني ليس للبطولة صحيح ولكن المستوى الفني لحجم الاستاديوم، لحجم البطولة، لشكل الاستاديوم، لشكل البيئة، لشكل التجهيزات لكأس العالم 2022 لا يرتقي. لا يرتقي. خصومك الألمان، خصومك الإنجليز، خصومك الفرنسيين، خصومك البرازيل، الأرجنتينيين من أمريكا اللاتينية، خصومك يعني ما شاء الله you name it. السويد احتمال، I don't know Italy, I don't know who's coming through, the Netherlands. هذا خصومك. This is your standard. We're running a tournament here, fine, but this is our standard. How are we gonna reach there? Now we have a chance, so we build our chance. We build our teams. from this tournament. We push our team to the limits. Yeah, we push our team to the limits. So also, I'll say the second match between Qatar and Algeria, this is the most really game 100%. I will take it to an extra time. This game, I'll take it to an extra time. Once again, the Polish referee, he in this period, he failed 100%. In this period, he failed. In 90 minutes, also, he did not control his game. In 90 minutes, he did not control his game. I mean, how he got 9 minutes? How he got 9 minutes extra? Well, I mean, the way the referee was going on, I mean, not only 9 minutes, we're going to have half an hour. You know, there's a 90 minutes you have here, and then you have a bridge, which is the extra time you're going to give both teams, the wasted time, and you have the official extra time. So you need to prepare, the referee, he needs to prepare himself. I mean, every time a player will go down, he will wait. A player, we understand only, you need to think, where the official on the line, say, be careful, you're going too far. You're going to have an extra time, more extra time. You don't let bad muscle and then he will stay, other player. How many players, they went just, oh, I'm tired, I have a bad muscle, I'll stay. And they were going to take a 1 minute, a 2 minutes. No, we understand if it's really quite serious, but things like that, out. And there, the referee, he was not aware. The more I keep a player ready on the field for treatment and I stop the game, the more I'll have more trouble in the bridge stage. When I say bridging stage, it's the actual match, 90 minutes, and you have the bridge stage with your extra time, and before the extra time, and then you have the extra time. And here, the more really, you need to squeeze this one, because this is semi-final. You need to squeeze it. You are in charge of it, so you need to squeeze here. So you need to think ahead. I should not allow extra time, more extra time, 9 minutes or no. The referee here, really, he could not control his time. That he got to 90 minutes, 9 minutes. People, I mean, the player will, from this side and from Algeria side will go down, and then even it takes him a few seconds to take decision whether to call the medical staff or to, and that just that was too much. I think the Polish referee here, he lost control of how he needs to control his time. So this is a knockout stage. When you draw, you have a 0-0, you have an extra time. So the more little gap you have there is the better it is. I mean, how are you going to go for 12 minutes? And then you have another half an hour plus added the, well, the individual really between 2 extra time. So it was very strange act. I don't blame only the referee, I blame also the official who were really on the line. They said, be careful. You keep these players going down because of bad muscle. Your clock is stopping here. Your clock is stopping here. You maybe end up 9 minutes, and then you have an extra time. This is a knockout. I understand. I think the referee, he could not control his time during the 90 minutes, so that he got 9 minutes. He couldn't control his time. Let's say, while he won, it could have been 12. It could have been 15. I mean, well, referee was not prepared for a knockout stage. Well, now the match is really his 9 minutes. Okay, fine. 9 minutes, and Algeria was there 1 ahead. That means the game is finished. 90 minutes is finished, but there's an extra time. The wasted time, 9 minutes. The Algerians, they are ahead. Fine. It's clear. It's clear. There you play. The referee really makes the turning point in the game. If he had 3 minutes, different. If he had 4 minutes, the referee did have effect on the game. It's a semi-final. If he controlled his time, really doesn't allow. If he did not allow players to go down on the ground and to wait for the medical staff, and this has occurred a few times. That's the reason he had, I think, 9 minutes. Could have been worse than that. So if it could be only 3 minutes added time, the game will be more clear for the Algerian and for the Qatar. 9 minutes. That was a turning point for the game. For me, I don't care because I look there. I want the Arab team to compete with the rest of the world. I mean, for me, I don't mind who will win it, because I want four teams who went to semi-final and the 8th team who were in quarter-final to compete with the world, because we're talking about the World Cup. We're not only talking World Cup in the same place, in the same city, in the same country. It's in the Gulf. Just a couple of months ago. I think, have we forgot about it? I think yes, we forgot about it. Yes, I think at the tournaments really people did forget about the World Cup. Anyhow, the 9 minutes. When we're talking about the 9 minutes, of course, the Qatar, well, they would score. I was watching the game, and Montari, he went one header. Montari, he did not raise high, and he hit the ball, and the ball went over the crossbar. And I said to him, well, next time you raise high, and then you hit the ball a little bit down. And luckily, the second time he raised himself high, and then he hit it really. It was one of the beautiful goals in the tournament so far. One of the beautiful goals. The game was below average. Let's say the game was below average because was really. This is really reaction. What's happened for the 9 minutes, and let's talk about that now. The other. Well, in the 9 minutes. The Qatar draw, that's fine. And now, the referee has put himself in a deep, deep trouble. He had a 9 minutes, this is a bridge of 9 minutes. He was gonna really take the game from the official time, 90, to the extra time. He had 9 minutes. During that 9 minutes, it just like you are on a passenger ship with sea storm. So you need to control the game. Well, what do you do with it? Now you will end the game. It's now 1-1. Now it's 1-1 from the 9 minutes. And he says, no, he must have went through himself. I gave 9 minutes. And the Qatar, they draw. What people will say about me? 9 minutes, that's too much. Never happened. I never gave that. That's the referee was going in his mind. And the official on the VAR, 9 minutes, quite a lot. Because you did not control your timing. And now and now we're going to go for an extra time. What do you do? You had 9 minutes. How are we going to transfer the game to an extra time? It's 1-1 now. And then another mistake he made, the referee, a big mistake. He really, I don't know why, but the tackle and the tumble in the box from Ibrahimi happened outside that 9 minutes. Same was happened to the Egyptian game and the Tunisian. The tackle and the tumble outside that 9 minutes. You gave that 9 minutes. The referee, please, from where you get that extra minute? From your pocket? Yeah, we know the 9 minutes was official. You raise it. Everybody knew. Because you could not control the timing of the 90 minutes. You should be less than 9 minutes during the first 90 minutes. From where you got this extra time? So you allow both teams to continue. From where? From your pocket? And that things happen. Subhanallah, things happen. Small tackle, a little bit of tumble, and you are awarded a penalty. I know you have a very big muscle, but I think you were lack of knowledge. You were, I'm sorry, lack of knowledge. And then you awarded a penalty, and have you consulted the VAR? Well, at least you should consult the VAR to be on a safe side, because it's just the dying second. People would remember your act for the rest of their life, as far as they remember this tournament. And I think what you did is not fair on the Qatari themselves. They don't deserve that. No. The Qatari, they don't deserve that. No. You should really, you don't take it. In this situation like this, when you added extra time, we don't know from where. It's extra time. I've never seen a match that's going on 18 minutes, I don't know, extra time. I never seen it. And this is the knockout stage. So we could have 20 minutes and then another half an hour. We end up until the morning, because your act, you could not control your timing. During the knockout stage, you could not control your timing. And timing in the game is important. 1 second in the knockout stage is important. 1 minute is important. 3 are important. And you gave an extra time. And everything's happened, it's not right. I think the Qatari, they don't deserve it. No, they don't deserve that penalty. No. You let me down, you let yourself down, you let the Qatari down themselves. You could put the game on the safe side, 9 minutes, they score, you go for an extra time. You go, let the team, the game deserves an extra time. Both teams, we don't care. The Algeria, they played an extra time in the quarterfinal. That's not your business, not our business. This is let the both team go to an extra time. The tournament deserves an extra time. It's a semi-final. The crowd need an extra time. They don't need extra time you gave them. No, they have right to use their extra time. Was made officially for them. Why you gave them 9 and then I don't know how many minutes, 9 extra, 6, 5 minutes. They don't want your time. But what you did, it's really a big mistake. You let the Qatari down, you let the match down, you want the people who were at the crowd, you let me down. You let me down, to be honest with you, because I'm an expert. If I were you, I will not do this. No. I will not do this. 9 minutes, because you could not control your timing. If you control your timing, it did not go for 90 minutes. We didn't see blood. Did you see blood in the game? We didn't see blood. That's only happened if something really serious. But we didn't see blood. Muscle. Come on, Rafe. And here I'll say as well. VAR and the referee. Especially this match, they don't gear together. they don't get on the timing. The official and the VAR, they should be, because they are all responsible. This is a knockout stage. We cannot afford to give an extra time after the 90 minutes. No, we can't afford to do that. No, we can't afford. They see the match is stopping from time to time. It's stopping, especially. I'm talking about the 45 minutes. The second half, 9 minutes. So how much we played football? You know, most of the time football is dead outside on the air, going through from one player to other. It's keeper will collect it for a goal kick. So how much time they play? Not much. You say it's plus 9 minutes. The match is dead. So the VAR, I think, and a group and the official down there really, and the linesman and the referee, they are not properly. لم يكونوا بالعربي منسجمين أبدا في أقل حاجة أنهم يدركوا أن هناك 90 دقيقة. لا، وهناك الوقت الإضافي لو انتهت المباراة بالتعادل. يعني أنا أجهز نفسي بهذا، ولكن لا أسمح أن في 45 دقيقة نعطي 9 دقائق وقت يعني المستقطع أو الوقت الضائع. So they were not geared properly. They are both the VAR and the referee. I think they have no knowledge. As I said, knowledge is power. Well, we go back again. Football, an interesting game. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And one of the bad things was the referee with his extra added time. And then he pointed, I have 1 more minute to finish the game after the penalty. He said, I have 1 more minute to finish the game. What does that mean? After you gave a penalty in the not official time. That was not official time. The official time is they have a right to play an extra time. Well, I think I'm not sure, the referee has thought I gave 9 minutes, and then Qatar has scored a goal, a draw. He thought, I made a mistake, let's correct my mistake. And I wait for anything will happen, and award the penalty or anything to Algeria. To be honest with you, that was not a penalty. Not every tumble and every tackle in the game that was not penalty. 50-50. If you want to aware that 50-50, you could. This is now, I'll go from the end because I want to finish this part of it. I'll go from the end. You should really put an effort. To me, I'm watching from Oman, Marbella. You should, the referee, to be honest with yourself, is to go to the screen and to see it once, 2, 3 times, and then conduct the VAR. Did you do that? You sure it was a penalty? You look at it again. It was not a penalty. It was not a penalty. What I saw it, the attacker, he got the ball, whether he got the ball or running a ball well. He was not heading to the goal. He was not heading the goal. It's natural. The attacker was moving his feet right to left. He moved from his body right to left. And he got on the way of the defender. He moved right and left. If he was running, that's fine, but he moved right and left. And really, they say in 1970, in the World Cup, there's a word say, with no intention of, in 1970, this is the final, the World Cup, Pele that time was playing. There was, the official was saying, we saw some tackle from both teams, the Italian team and the Brazil team. They said, we've seen there's some tackle from the attacker, really, you know, the Brazilian, the attacking genius, with no intention going for the ball, just to be on the way of the defender, with no intention of controlling the ball, just to be on the way, really, of the path of defender. Of course, Ibrahimi, he took a step on the right. Intentionally, he had no intention of controlling the ball. He took right, left, and he knew that Hatem, he's coming behind him. So he put the second right on the ground, and it was on the path of Hatem's. He trying to move forward. Not only that, he decelerate. Ibrahim, he decelerate. He did not accelerate in air. No, he decelerate a little bit, and then he moved right and left and right, and he put his feet on the ground on Hatem's path. That's what I saw. So it was, for me, it was 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. In the time which I gave it from my pocket, outside the known time, really, after the 90 minutes, because you made a mistake, you could not control your timing on the game, on the 45 minutes. Why I keep saying 90 minutes? It's a 45 minutes. It was very difficult 45 minutes for the referee. He could not really make a good bridge to take the game to an extra time, which is we deserve. I deserve to watch. The game was deserved. The tournament was deserved for extra. Qatar team was deserved for an extra time. We don't care if the Algeria or the Qatari, they played before the quarterfinal or extra time. So I think, and here is with the VAR, is not working in this tournament properly. Against Oman, the referee said, I don't need to go to the VAR because I've seen it. And he awarded a penalty for Qatar against Oman. That's fine. And also, the referee, he awarded a penalty for, I think for, I don't know, I think he's one of the semi-final. He awarded a penalty before the VAR told him, please, if you have a 50-50 penalty, you don't blow your whistle. You don't blow your whistle. You try just to continue, try to speak directly to the VAR if there's anything, and then you communicate with the VAR, and then you get the information from there, and you say, you blow whistle, say, wait, I have communication with VAR. But don't blow if you're not 100% sure, don't blow your whistle. It's happened, the referee blows his whistle for the penalty, then he consulted the VAR, the VAR, he saw it and said no penalty. With also, with Algerian second goal and penalty, he awarded a penalty, and then he consulted the VAR. It's not, whether, let's say, I want the FIFA to be clear with me. I am an expert. Whether the referee could take to blow the whistle on a penalty, and then he consults the VAR, and the VAR say no, or he will leave it if it's 50-50. And the VAR will tell him to go and look at it. It's all not clear here. It's not who will take that initiative, who will take that the first decision. It's really not clear. Not only that, the referee has out control, because there's a VAR and there's him himself and there's a player, whatever's good. The player would ask him, please go see the VAR. And then he will go. You don't let a player will push you to go and see the VAR. I think when Qatar scored an equalizer, he went to see the VAR. When Oman scored, I think the goal against, I can't remember, Bahrain against Khalid al-Hajri, it was, and the other team, they said, please, check this out, and he went to check. So there's a VAR who initiates the check, there's a referee initiate the check, and there's a player request for a check, and there's me, I request for a check. So everybody really now is shamble mambo. I'm sorry to say that. With the VAR, you need on the VAR, you need someone with really big knowledge. We need to be very, very clear with the VAR. So please, we don't want this to happen in 2022. We don't want this to happen. People will remember this for the rest of their life. Please, we don't want these things to happen. Let the game go in extra time. It's safer. It's better. Try to maintain, if you have knockout stage, try to maintain your extra time. This is as narrow as possible. Especially I'm talking about, it's not a whole game. It's only the second half. So you try to control your second half. It's very, very important. It's 45 minutes and you give 9 minutes. 9 minutes if the ambulance is there, something very, very seriously. Yes, but 9 minutes on a normal game, here is the referee could not control his timing, because it's not you control the game, you control one team and then control the other team. It's control your timing, you control yourself, where you stand, where you present at that time, how you read, how you predict the effect of the player, the effect of the crowd on you, the effect of other side, the effect of when you have a 50-50 decision, the effect it affects you on when you have VAR requests, the effect when people pushing you for VAR request, effect when you go to the VAR, effect when you blow the whistle, and then you say, okay, it's a penalty, and then you go and double check, and then no, it's not a penalty. So and the time, it's you responsible for the time. If you can't control that, 45 minutes, really, in a knockout stage, this would happen. And you give them 12 minutes, and then in that, of course, in that 12 minutes, there will be an extra time. In that 12 minutes, there will be an extra time. I mean, there's a birth of, there's a birth, there will be really an extra time. 9 minutes, there will be another 2 minutes. 3 minutes, there will be few seconds, but it's 10 minutes, there will be another 5 minutes. The 5 minutes, there will be another 2 minutes. The 2 minutes, this is not the way to control a knockout stage, my Polish referee. Well, a little bit I'll say about the Iranian referee, but the Polish referee, he was not prepared for this game, and it's not fair for both teams, and also the most is not fair for the host nation. Not fair. No, not fair. It's not fair for the Qatar themselves. They did big job, and they deserve a good referee. Let them lose on the extra time. Nice. If they lose on the extra time, it's good for you. It's good for both It's good for the tournament. Yeah, we need to improve the Arabic game. So let's put ourselves to the limit. Let's push ourselves to the limit. And then why we trust foreign referee? Why we trust foreign referee? Well, yeah, that's the thing. We need also to be very careful. We need to be very careful. I mean, it's never been before that an Arab nation has hosted a World Cup. Yeah, some mistake will be intentional. I'm not sure. Some mistake will be intentional. You'll find there's no communication between VAR and the referee himself. Yeah, you never know. So there's a lot of challenge. There's a lot of challenge will continue his face until this World Cup will be, alhamdulillah, over. Really, and also the host nation as well. Yeah, because الأجانب ما يريد يعطون مرة ثانية كأس العالم للدول العربية بهذا النجاح الذي ظهرت به دولة قطر، فيكون التشالنج بطريقة غير مباشرة. انتبهوا يا أخوان، المنافسة بتكون بطريقة غير مباشرة. نجاحكم يعني دولة ثانية تطمح أنها تنظم كأس العالم. فانتبهوا يا أخوان، انتبهوا يا مسؤولين، انتبهوا. يعني أخطاء الحكام لا تنسى، والتوقيت لا ينسى في كأس العالم. فانتبهوا يا أخوان، انتبهوا. أتمنى التوفيق إن شاء الله، أتمنى إن شاء الله. لم أطول عليكم، لكن المستوى الفني للمنتخبات يعني لحد الآن لا يرتقي للتنافس العالمي، لأن المكان هو وورلد كاب والتوقيت فقط مختلف. قد يكون بعض الفرق تتأهل لكأس العالم ونشاهدها في 2022 بإذن الله تعالى. فلكل حادث حديث. أتمنى للكرة العربية أن يعني تغير من أفكارها، تغير من ثقافتها، ومن ناحية فنية نتكلم من ناحية فنية. شيء بالشيء يذكر. يقال أن what they say أن كأس العرب يعني جانب من الوحدة العربية. وجهة نظري أنا كخبير ودرست الوحدة العربية. الوحدة العربية درستها في منهج قطر، وبعد ما راح يعني منهج قطر اختفت معها الوحدة العربية. فالثقافة الكروية اللي نشوفها الآن من الشعوب العربية بارك الله فيها ليس لها يعني علاقة مباشرة بالوحدة العربية. الشعوب أجيال لا تعرف الوحدة العربية، هي أجيال مثقفة، أجيال فاهمة، وسبحان الله ومتحسرة بعض الشيء يعني، ومتحسرة ومحرومة من أمور كثيرة. تشاهد العالم على مستوى في كأس العالم، تشاهد العالم في مستوى مختلف يعني، وهي يعني لا زالت في مستوى الوطني، سواء عن البيئة، سواء عن المنافسات، سواء على البطولات، تتكلم البطولات العالمية يعني. فتتابع الأحداث وتتمنى الشعوب أنها تكون حاضرة أو لها تجربة. والحمد لله رب العالمين مثل ما شفنا الآن يعني فرصة أن جزاهم الله ألف خير الأخوان في دولة قطر أخذوا المبادرة واجتهدوا أن يستضيفوا كأس العالم بإذن الله تعالى، لهم كل التوفيق. ونشاهد الشعوب العربية لها ثقافة لا تقل ثقافة عن الشعوب المتقدمة في اللعبة، نتكلم الألمان، البرازيل، الإنجليز، الأوروبيين، نتكلم أمريكا اللاتينية. فالشعوب أصبحت الشعوب الأجيال متقاربة في فهمها وفي معرفتها، لأن المناهج ما شاء الله شبكة التواصل الاجتماعي أصبحت متقاربة. فالشعوب العربية جاهزة لأي بطولة، وأفضل عن بطولة. تتمنى أنها يعني تحصل على فرص أفضل من هذا في المستقبل بإذن الله تعالى. تجمع الشعوب العربية في الدوحة لا أعتقد له صلة مباشرة بالوحدة العربية. لا ناس مثقفين ويحبوا اللعبة ويحبوا أوطانهم، وأصبحوا يحترموا المنافسة، وتغيرت أفكارهم ما شاء الله بارك عليهم. من الصعب في السابق أن تضع مشجع هذه الدولة قرب مشجع هذه الدولة. الآن الموضوع ما شاء الله موضوع اختلف جدا جدا جدا. وأتمنى أن نستثمر كأس العرب، وأن نبتعد عن أخطاء التحكيم وعدم تجانس VAR مع الحكام، واستخدام توقيت المباراة الرسمي بشكل أفضل 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 جدا. ليه في المباراة خروج المغلوب مختلف. عندك المرحلة اللي هي بعد نهاية المباراة والتحويل، المرحلة التحويلية إلى الوقت الإضافي، نحتاج إلى تضحية، محتاج إلى معرفة، ومحتاج إلى دقة، ومحتاج إلى نفس الشيء عدالة، محتاج على عدالة يعني. مش أنا تابع، مش كل الحكام يملكوا المعرفة. يركض في الملعب، هو حاكم، هو حكم وعمله. هذا العمله. كم مرة خطأ طبيب تمرس يعني جراحات، كم مرة خطأ بعض الأخطاء يعني البسيطة جدا، وبعدها طبعا يعني بالغة. هذا والحكم أسوأ بالظروف هذه مرة. فهو يعني يملك قد كذا يملك المعرفة ويحاول يجتهد فيها. وحوارنا يقول لك الحكم المطلق، الصلاحية المطلقة في سير المباراة، أنا ما أتفق هذا. ما في حد في هذا العالم له الصلاحية المطلقة إلا رب العالمين وحده لا شريك له بدعوة الحق. أما تقول لي حكم أن له الصلاحية المطلقة أن يدير المباراة، لا 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 لا. هناك شعوب قدمت من بلادها يعني ما شاء الله صرفت المبالغ والوقت وابتعدت من أوطانها، ويجي للحكم يحتسب أمور مثل هذا. الاتحاد الدولي أن يراجع أفكاره ويراجع how serious he is in the game. شكرا. أتمنى التوفيق للقادم إن شاء الله بإذن الله تعالى، والتوفيق للبطولة أن ترتقي في المستوى أكثر من هذا، ونشوفهم إن شاء الله أنهم يعني نفس المنتخبات العالمية. يعني هذا غير كافي. أتمنى استثمار كأس العرب في أن نصل، إذا كنا هنا أن نصل هنا ونتغلب على المنتخبات العالمية، نفوز على we want to win over Brazil, we want to win over Argentina, we want to be the German, we want to be any team from Europe, any from America Latin. But just to say in this level, and then we talk a lot and then we're happy about it, that's not good enough for me, not good enough for everybody, I think. Thank you if we are part of this planet. Thank you.